Hey everybody, it's Larry Benet, the Connector, and I'm here at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I want to just talk to you about one or two lessons that I learned tonight from one of the most connected people I've ever met in my entire life, and really about the power of relationships and serving others. I was with Jeff Hayzlett, and Seppinni is actually taking the video, and Jeff Hayzlett had a flight out. Jeff, by the way, if you're not familiar with him, is a former chief marketing officer of Kodak and is the best-selling author of The Mirror Test. If you haven't read the book, go out and buy it, and buy a couple copies, by the way, for some of your best clients. Now, here's the moral of the story. It's a Saturday night in Las Vegas, and we went to one of the busiest restaurants in all the Strip, Delmonico's, which is Emeril Lagasse's big steakhouse. I mean, it normally takes weeks just to get a reservation. We had no reservation. Jeff called about 30 minutes before showing up, and because of his long-standing relationship with Delmonico's, when we walked in, I kid you not, within less than 3 minutes, we were seated. And again, this is Saturday night and peak time. I don't think I've ever seen that before. At Delmonico's, normally a dinner, you'll be lucky if you get out of there in 90 minutes, but more likely at 2 hours, and their level of service is unparalleled. We were in and out of there, I'd say, what, about 50 minutes maybe, would you say?
Yeah.
50 minutes. I'm talking from the time we walked in to the time the food was served. It was unbelievable, and it goes to the power of relationships. You know, people ask me, what does it mean to be connected? Being connected allows you to get results in a fraction of the time by helping others and, you know, giving back and doing all sorts of things. So let me just tell you some things that Jeff Hayzlett did that I observed in a very short period of time. Number one, when we left the restaurant, Michael, the manager, he wrote him a thank you note. He also left a $100 bill and said, have your next bottle of wine on me. Obviously, this is coming from Jeff, to thank him for getting him in and out so fast. You know, Jeff had, talks to the sommelier, the other waiters, and everything else. They all knew him on a first-name basis. It was very, very impressive. Now, when we came out, he's trying to get to the airport. He needs a cab, and the guy said, "Can you get me a cab kind of quick?" He's like, "Not really. It's a long line." Boom! He hands him another little bit of money. Next thing you know, Jeff's in a cab taking off for the airport. Here's the point: treat people like you want to be treated, and have one restaurant in your hip pocket that you have built a long-standing relationship with. So when you have clients and you have people you want to impress, by the way, at Emeril's restaurant here in the back, there's one table in the kitchen that you could see the food being prepared. And apparently last night, Jeff took one of his big prospects to wine and dine them in a very unique thing. Now, what's interesting, Maya Angelou, I think, once said, people may not always remember the conversation, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And if you can take them to a restaurant with an amazing experience like Delmonico's, that really goes a long way. Anyway, I just want to say, number one, I was incredibly impressed on, number one, how connected Jeff was to make things happen so fast, and watching the small little relationship skills along the way to orchestrate it and make things happen so fast. So it's all about results, and in a fraction of the time, it's all about your relationship currency with others. So give back to others, treat them like they want to be treated. And Stephen, let me turn the camera on you. Is there any